So there are some things that aren't in the reference, like this hair lock right here. So I just create a cast shadow. If you want to make a more accurate lighting, you need to learn how light works. It's good to use reference, but sometimes you will have elements that aren't in the reference and you have to integrate them. So you need to learn how to do, you need to understand lighting in order to create it yourself. So I'm gonna use the lasso tool here as well, just to work in separate areas. This way I can work on the larger brushes without painting on the face. Like, if you use the lasso tool like this, your portrait will look much cleaner. So here I'm just doing the shadows. The shadows on the figure and the cast shadows. You know, that the shadows are cast by other objects, like the hair or the ear here. For larger areas like here, the chest, I'm gonna use the larger brush. If I hide my sketch, you will see how it starts being all defined by the shadows only. The ear is kind of in the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna hide my sketch and you can see how the anatomy starts being more defined by the lighting. I don't know about this. I think I'm gonna soften it. I think it looks much better now. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same process with the hair. I'm gonna select the hair, I'm gonna create a new layer, I'm gonna put it on top of it, and I'm gonna hit the mask button. So the mask button, the mask thing here is gonna how to say, the mask is gonna let me draw inside the pixels that I had selected previously. So as I'm working with the hair now, I'm gonna do it very, very loose, because the hair has a lot more to it than just like simple shadows. It has a lot of lights going on. And let's see, I'm at 43. I'm gonna set it to 40. Like the shadows on the face are at 40% over here. And I'm gonna do the same with the one on the hair. I'm gonna hide my selection with Ctrl H. I'm gonna set those layers to multiply. And I'm gonna make them darker. 60%. And same thing with the hat. It is very important to keep all of the shadows consistent. So if you had 60% on the face, you will have 60% in every other part of the body. Light is about consistency because it works the same way for every object. So I think I am done with the overall shadows. Now I'm gonna start doing the ambient occlusion, which is my favorite thing ever. So I will add a new layer, and I'm going to select every element of the figure. I'm going to create a mask out of it. Here I'm gonna name this ambient occlusion. I haven't named any of the layers. I'm really bad at it. But if you want to, you can name every single one of them. And at the beginning I have a lot of layers, but that's because I do this process of adjusting tones and the shadows, and I separate the sketch into parts. But at the end it all becomes one, and I start rendering from it.